All rise. Support court with Judge Vanda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1052, Hall case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may be seated. Okay, Mr. Hall brought you to court, Ms. Doug, and you were served to be here. It looks like he was wanting a reduction in his child support. He actually wrote he had receipts in the petition. So, do you know anything about that?
Well, apparently he's Casper
Okay.
because he ain't showed up. So, I mean, he's clearly wasting my time. He was clubbing last night, so maybe he just couldn't get up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because he did say something, he was a promoter, a rapper or something, right?
He a rapper.
Okay.
He needs to wrap himself around the job. But anyway.
That was not nice.
I
Ms.
know.
Doug.
I'm sorry. I'm frustrated.
I
because
understand
didn't
your
have to-
frustration.
All right, everyone, here's what's happening today. We're looking at the Hall versus Call case, where Mr. Hall wants to lower his child support payments. But there's a twist. Mr. Hall didn't show up to court, so Miss Call has to present her side. The judge starts the hearing, and Miss Call is upset. She says Mr. Hall hasn't been doing his part as a father. Even though he claims he's struggling with money, he's been living a flashy life with diamond teeth and pricey hobbies. This case is about more than just money. It's about holding a parent responsible for their duties. The tension is high, as Miss Call gets ready to show her proof, and the judge is ready to listen. Let's see what happens next.
You had to be here today. He didn't show up,
Right.
obviously. So,
And
you
I'm
know.
paying for a sitter, but okay.
All right. So, he said he wants a reduction in child support. You know anything about that?
Yeah, but I don't think he deserves to get a reduction, Your Honor.
So, tell me about that.
Okay, so last time you told him that he needs to put the kids on medical insurance.
Right.
He has failed to do so. The kids are still on my medical. Not only that, he's not picking them up for the visitation. I'm still paying people to help me as far as like sitters and take the kids to and from school.
Okay.
I have some proof right here of the things that Mr. Hall has been doing that shows that he has the money, but he's just not making the time.
Okay. So, you have the proof, I'm assuming, to say why his child support shouldn't be reduced.
Correct.
Okay. Did you want me to look at that? Because if so, our bailiff can come and get
Yes,
that.
Your Honor.
Okay.
And so I made you your own copies, and I have some to go along with you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes. So in Exhibit A, Your Honor, you see Mr. Hall, and he's gone to the dentist and had diamonds placed in his teeth.
Miss Call takes the stand and says, Mr. Hall hasn't provided health insurance for their 3 kids, even though the court ordered him to. She also points out that he's been skipping his visits with the kids, leaving her to do all the parenting on her own. To back up her claims, Miss Call shows photos of Mr. Hall's diamond teeth, a video shoot, and expensive sneakers. She argues that if he can afford these luxuries, he should be able to support his children. The judge listens closely, clearly interested in the evidence. This part of the case highlights the big difference between Mr. Hall's flashy lifestyle and his failure to financially support his kids. It's a tough look at what co-parenting is like when one parent cares more about themselves than their children.
Interesting.
So, I mean, he has the money, like, again, he picks and chooses what he wants to do with his money.
Okay.
And then, so if you go to Exhibit B, Mr. Hall just paid for a video shoot. So, again, he's showing that diamond encrusted tooth.
All right. Have you seen him since he had these diamonds on his teeth?
No, ma'am, I hadn't seen him since the last court.
Okay. Do you know, and maybe it's in your evidence, I'm just jumping ahead. Do you know if he ever mentioned how much these crushed diamonds cost?
No, but I'm pretty sure he paid a good penny for them. I'm sure he didn't put rhinestones in his mouth, so.
It could be that, what they call it, that cubic stuff?
CZ?
Yeah, I think that's
I'm not sure.
it. Okay.
And then on Exhibit C, you see he's laying in a bed of clouds or cotton or something like that. But
Yeah, it looked real interesting.
yeah, he's out playing and not helping with the 3 kids. So again, I don't feel like it needs to be reduced, because if you can see, I mean, from the pictures and stuff, that Mr. Hall is just not being an active participant or parent, and I'm doing all the parenting and stuff by myself. Again, he didn't even bother to show up to court, but he had me served. So
The judge goes over Miss Call's evidence, which includes photos of Mr. Hall's, diamond teeth, a video shoot, and expensive sneakers. Miss Call argues that these spending habits show he has the money to support his kids but chooses not to. The judge seems interested, asking about the cost of the diamonds and the video shoot. However, she points out that without Mr. Hall being there's not much she can do. Miss Call suggests that Mr. Hall probably skipped court because he was busy with his rapper lifestyle, further highlighting his lack of responsibility. This part of the case builds tension as the judge carefully considers the evidence and the impact of Mr. Hall's absence, which could be a key factor in the decision.
In Exhibit D, am I supposed to be looking at some tennis shoes?
yeah, so in this picture, Mr. Hall has on some new retro Jordans, but has yet to pay retroactive child support. So, yeah, those shoes can go anywhere from $200, depending on where he purchased them. I'm sure he could have used that money towards the health insurance.
Well, if those shoes are that expensive, then yeah. So, I mean, thank you for bringing it. I don't really know what to do with it because he didn't show up for court today.
I know.
Did he contact you at all about coming to court?
No, but I just went on his Instagram and he had like a show last night. So apparently, like I said, it must be more important than being here. He may be just laid up somewhere, so I don't know.
Does he get paid for appearances when he have these shows?
He does.
Okay.
And
So it's not volunteer work or nothing?
It can range anywhere from like $3,000 to $10,000, depending on what venue is called him. So I'm not sure why he isn't here, Your Honor. I just brought my evidence to do my due diligence because I was ordered to come to court. So I don't know what to say about Mr. Hall, but I mean, the child support can just stay the same and him just reimburse me for the medical because he's not going to do it.
The judge decides that the case must be dismissed because Mr. Hall, the one who started the case, didn't show up to court. However, she praises Miss Call for presenting strong evidence and tells her she can file for a child support increase if she can prove Mr. Hall is making more money. The judge also warns that Mr. Hall could file again, but Miss Call is ready to fight back. She shares her frustration, saying she's tired of being the only responsible parent. The judge sympathizes with her, reminding Miss Call that the court is there to support her and her children. This part of the case highlights how important accountability is and how the court works to make sure children's needs are met. It's a tough yet clear ending to a case filled with challenges and legal struggles.
Well, I do appreciate you showing up, that you got served. You may not know this, or maybe you do know it, depending on how often you have to come to the courthouse and do your own paperwork and such, but everybody doesn't show up when they're served to come to court. So that I can appreciate, and I also can appreciate you bringing actual evidence because people don't do that either.
Right.
However, I don't know.
It's really nothing.
There's really nothing that can be done because he's the petitioner. He's the one who brought this lawsuit before the court, so he would be the one having to come in and state his claims for relief. This would be like your rebuttal evidence, essentially.
Right.
So, I mean, there's nothing for me to do but to dismiss this case. Now, I just want you to understand, he can't refile it.
Okay, that's fine.
So, I would hope he wouldn't do this again, but I just want you to know that he could do this again.
I mean, and if he does, I'm sure he'll give me more evidence. So, you know,
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I showed up to court because it's the law, so that's why I showed up. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Well, did you have any questions for me while you're here?
No, Your Honor. I mean, I feel like everything was answered last time. I know, well, yeah. Can I get an increase if he does bring me back to court and I show proof that he's making more money?
Well, and see, that's the thing. Even if you do show proof, you have to file your own
Okay,
petition
okay.
with the court, asking the court to increase his child support.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
No, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
The judge emphasizes that parents must put their children's needs first, ahead of personal luxuries. She praises Miss Call for her hard work and reminds everyone how important it is to show up in court when served with legal papers. The judge also stresses the need for financial responsibility, especially when it comes to children. She makes it clear that the court will always put the child's well-being first and that parents must be held accountable for their responsibilities. This case serves as a strong reminder that parenting is a lifelong commitment, both emotionally and financially. It wraps up with a clear message. The court will not tolerate neglect.